Big brother, it's big brother, it's my brother, it's your brother, it's our brother, it's his brother, it's her brother, it's their brother. On past the gravy, bro.
What's up, you clock blockers? How's it going, gang? It's another episode of Past the Gravy, bro. It's Alex, Emma, Allison, and Pat to recap tonight's Veto episode, and we're ready for a clock fight. You know what I'm saying? So those are all the clock puns that Turner.
You're nailing them.
Get it?
You did great.
Just circling it.
I was not originally expecting that, but then he did 7.
It was mega bussin'. It was mega bussin' when he did it.
Mega bussin'.
It was
Mega
ass. I'm just kidding. Did you say it's Vengabus? Because that's way above Megabus.
Yeah, Turner is the best at the puns this season, but it's not like he really has much competition.
True.
It's like Turner
Jasmine.
or Monty.
Jasmine.
Didn't do puns though. She did.
She does colloquialisms.
Analogies.
Comparisons.
Food similes.
She does colloquialisms.
Hotter than a rack of ribs in a steam room.
As pretty as cow pie in July.
So yeah, actually
Oh, it's
similes.
twisted up like a pretzel.
Yeah, they're similes. aren't
Similes
they?
would be it. Yeah.
Or maybe, well, no, she
Similes.
does say they're comparisons. Sometimes she says prettier than, which is that's a comparison. Yeah, Vengabussin. I agree.
That's Vengabussin for me.
You mean
I feel
the
like
song Vengabus?
No, Venga Boys was the ones who did it, but
But that song is called Vengabus.
I feel like tonight's Veto episode recap could be pretty quick because I feel like there's a lot of spoiler stuff that we're gonna probably dive into that wasn't necessarily featured on the episode tonight. But pretty much like we could sum this up as Brittany's the target, finds out she's the target, wins the veto, and fucks up everybody else's plans.
We learned that nobody knows how much $75,000
Thank
is.
you. That
my
bothered
God.
me so much. I went off in the group chat about it.
have they
and I were
never
saying
heard
that too.
Have they never heard of taxes and California taxes? Because they'll be lucky to walk away with
It's
half.
half of that money. You're gonna get 350 or 300 grand.
No,
maybe?
they'll be lucky at 350. They're probably looking closer to 315. They're not even going to take home half. And they're like, I'm going to set up my mom. I'm going to start a new business. I'm going to buy 14 houses, 17 plots of land. And I'm like, where?
How that works?
Are you buying all these things in Thailand? Because in Thailand, you can spend $300,000 and buy half the country. In America,
Taylor just
you
wanted
can
her
put
life back.
By the way,
you can put a down payment on a house.
their tax rate's less than ours, so
Yeah, Mr.
Yes,
Economist.
but because it's a game that's based out of California, they can tax you at every single level.
I don't
and
know.
it's-
I
and
literally
pay
that's where
taxes.
I googled.
It's an
and then
income
my
tax.
knowledge stopped.
It's an income tax in California, and their income tax is higher. Our property taxes are higher.
And you don't get to pass go.
But it's not an Olympic year, so they don't have
Yeah,
to
and
pay
you do
taxes.
not get the $200.
Straight to jail.
Straight to jail.
That's what I feel bad. Like I think a lot of contestants are. If I win this money, Mom, I'm gonna pay off your house, and like there's $400,000 left on the house, and then they get the money and they only get $300,000. They have to be like, Mom, never
You got
mind.
a little bit
You're
left.
on your own because
Okay.
I've got my own dreams that I want to chase.
Well, so their tax rate on that amount, like their
We're
tax
talking
bracket
taxes.
rate is 12.3%. So if they're single.
That means nothing.
Don't know what that means. But it's
Okay,
not an
so-
Olympic year, so you don't pay taxes on it.
Let's not get into tax. That's one tax rate.
It's
There's
your
also
tax.
many more.
You only pay taxes every fourth year, every Summer Olympics.
It's 12.3% is 92,250.
I would solve world hunger with my money if I wanted it.
I'd buy the moon.
I'd end homelessness.
I'd be selfish and take care of me.
I just like,
I'd save
okay,
it.
even if they literally got the whole $750, that's
Not-
not enough.
Not
To
enough for what they
retire
were
your
saying.
mom.
Hire your
Buy a
parents.
house. No.
Start a coffee shop.
That one,
Buy a ring. Pay for a wedding. Like,
Turner a little bit more.
literally every one of them was. Who was it? Alyssa that said, "I'm going to retire my mom," and I go on $750,000.
Yeah.
Where the fuck you retire?
Are
When
you
Turner
putting
said-
her in a
Take care of
cardboard
my
box?
parents.
When Turner said he was going to do, I don't even remember what A was, but B was open a coffee shop. I'm like, dude, you don't
Move to a
understand
new place
property
if you're in a new
value
place.
at all. Like, even if you order like one of those small ones where it's like a 200 square foot, you know those Dutch Brothers where it's literally just a shack that coffee sold out of.
I mean, I will
750 is
say,
not enough.
I will say that he has a store already, so he probably does know
Just
some
add
things
on to
about.
it.
He's
In
gonna
his
add an
area.
espresso machine.
He
Fine.
could build an
My corner
addition
will be
into
the-
his store.
the
Make it a
coffee shop.
rug/coffee shop.
Larry's lattes.
Shack. He wants a shack.
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 The
Um,
Love Shack, baby.
yeah.
Yeah.
I just like that Turner's or Taylor's was, I want to get my life back. And I was like, I don't know what that means.
Yeah.
I guess.
So
Well, I
many
mean,
levels
said she
to it.
was being a burden.
So like,
Move out of your
so,
parents'
so-
house. That's
so-
easy. Done.
so you
You
did
can do that.
pageant and then never got a job and just stayed with your parents. Cool.
I mean, she literally just got like her reign just ended, and she does have a job aside from that. But I just mean, like,
Just
buying a
styles.
house, it depends on where you live, but 750 is not enough for a house in a lot of
Not
areas,
that
especially if
much.
she wants to like live in LA. That's really good.
That is really
Rugs and grounds is what Todd Voss says on the YouTube or Facebook chat, which you can join us on right after each episode. We were a little late tonight. We finished past the gravy a little bit later than normal, so Big Brother kind of got pushed back a little bit, which is
We
why
haven't even eaten dinner.
we haven't. I've been editing Photoshop and doing other shit and posted other stuff, so that's why we're running a little bit behind. That's on me. First time all season we've run late on past the
Some
gravy.
days are for better
during
and
Big
some
Brother.
are for worse.
What
And now
if
you legally have to put up with both of them?
this is a long name for a store, but ain't nothing long with a little bit of rug and grind?
If
I think
it
just
ain't
clock
nothing
fight, and it's also a
long,
clock store.
then I think it sounds stupid
Turner's
Well-
coffee
because
shack.
you said long, not wrong.
Turner's
Which
Tea
was wrong.
Shop.
Carpet burn. That doesn't do anything about coffee. Never mind.
Carpet
Bring your
I mean-
carpet bean.
Coffee could be hot. Toe
Okay.
beans.
All right.
What are we doing today, guys? It's like you
So
all
the
have
veto-
migraine. Like I
Taxes,
derail it.
drugs.
I just
You guys are
really-
supposed to be on point.
You're
I'm
you're
the one that
derailing
fucks
it
up.
though. You
The
are
money
derailing.
just-
You guys have all done it too. You guys started
Mr.
tax talk.
expert. You're fucking
Tax
H&R Block over here.
Yeah, you know about property taxes and whatever. I just
Yeah.
know that tax takes some of it. And that even if it didn't, it's not enough to do what they said they want to do with.
I want to buy a space
And, like,
shuttle.
how are you an adult and don't have a concept of this? Like, yes, it is a lot of money, but relatively speaking, it's not.
$40 chameleon.
No, what did he call him?
That was my favorite one.
No.
That was my. He was like, "I'm also gonna spend
That-
$40. Get a fucking pet." I was like, "Dude,
You can do that.
respect."
That's,
I feel like
that's
chameleons
doable.
cost more than $40. $40 sounds like a really cheap price for an exotic pet.
What if you just
He's getting a really
spent
small
money
one.
on like how to
That's
catch
a
one?
lie.
Chameleon's not that exotic of a pet.
Oh yeah,
I-
it is. You have to find it and they blend in.
He didn't say a Komodo dragon. He said a fucking chameleon.
Yeah, they change colors, dude.
Yeah, brah. Is that place in Houston still open? The exotic pet store?
I've never been.
My brother used to go to one, and I think that's the same one you're talking about. He had a snake. He was a weirdo with a snake for a while.
Chameleons typically cost $30 to $100. Shut it.
Ugh.
That's pretty on the lower spectrum.
Yeah.
Well,
so
he said he
40
wanted
would be
it-
cheap.
He's good with his money. He's getting a 41. He's getting a cheap one. Maybe it's an old chameleon. Maybe it doesn't change colors so well.
Die.
He's
It's
a
a
gray
rescue.
chameleon. He's a rescue.
This is the worst episode we've done yet.
So let's get
Tips.
That was
the
really cool.
Veto episode. played in the middle of the night, and they were awoken from their slumbers and told you have 2 minutes to get your asses to the backyard.
Are we certain that Monty had to go number 2 and that's why he didn't make it? Because that was my theory.
No. If the
Yeah.
timer,
Whatever.
if
we saw,
if the timer
You
was
were right
correct,
with that.
if the timer was correct, it was 15 seconds. He was saying he had to pee. Monty had no intention of playing in that.
No, I don't think that's true.
He didn't want blood on his hands. Why would he take his time pissing and washing his face?
Because he's
I
poor
thought
time
He has a
management.
routine.
Washing his hands, and I was like,
He's poor time management.
I'm woke. I'm woke to it. Monty had no intention of playing in that because if he won,
That's
he
not
would have
true
to
at
make a
all.
choice
That's
to
not
keep
true at
it.
all. He just didn't.
It's
He
so
didn't think it was
easy
going
to
to
throw comps.
time
He
him
did it
out.
for so long.
So
Yeah,
you
he
think
didn't
he
think
just
he was gonna
chose
do that.
to take his sweet fucking time and
Yeah.
not play?
Absolutely.
I mean, he
Have you
missed
seen them
it
when they
by
get up?
10 seconds.
When they try and
It's not
wake them
like he
up,
was- yeah, it's not like he was
they
like
don't ever do
far
it.
behind.
He got up fast enough, but then took his sweet ass time going through
Yeah,
his
no,
routine.
he didn't think that it was going to time him out for real. He thought that they were just doing that.
Yeah,
But
to get
then
them
he gets out
outside.
there slightly later. I mean,
Then
he
he's
also
the
had a further
dumbest
trip, I
motherfucker
think.
to ever.
He did. I
Because
thought about that.
was
He did have to
upstairs.
walk further than everybody else. But like,
But he got a slow start, and he
So-
was on his own, it was his
so-
own fault.
But he knew. He had farther
He
to
didn't.
go than everyone, right? And he still took his
He
sweet
absolutely
fucking
didn't
time.
know.
did Taylor have?
He
I
didn't
think he
think.
had poor time
everybody else?
management.
Yes, because she's a woman. She
Okay,
had
so-
to go. She had to go 3 steps more than 3/4 steps
For
more
every
than a man.
100 steps that the men took, she only
was
made it
170.
73.
Yeah.
So he's a fucking idiot. That's what you guys are saying then. He's an absolute moron.
I think
No, like
Yeah.
that's how Big Brother
he
is.
missed
Like when they,
10 seconds.
No, I think
It's
he's
not
just
like
slow.
he.
yeah, he's slow.
I think he had
Yeah.
to go to the bathroom. I think he had more time than he did.
He didn't really
I
think that
he
they would time him
didn't know
out.
what to wear,
Yeah.
and I think he was just like, it'll be fine.
If there's 5 people left and they wake you up in the middle of the night and say you have 120 seconds to get outside, and he goes, I don't think that's true. I think they'll give me more time. You're a fucking idiot then.
Yeah.
Pat, when they try and wake them up every
Absolutely.
single day,
Oh,
they
yeah.
don't get up and they say, "House guests, please wake up." House
But
guests.
Rules are
every
you
day-
have to be awake,
Every
right?
day do they say you've got 120 seconds to get outside and play in this veto competition or you will not get to play.
They don't
Did
say,
they say that
"Or
every
you
day?"
will not get to play." They said you have 2 minutes to get outside for the veto competition.
Yeah.
They didn't say, "Or you're disqualified."
Bad
That was
gameplay.
kind of I mean,
I think
I-
he's just.
he was asleep.
I think
He
he's
woke
just
up from
bad.
his
I think
slumber.
he's just bad at it.
You know, like
Yeah, I think he
That
just
was
moved
dumb.
slower. He could have left his glasses on, and he like if he
what if he just went like
sneaked and gone
naked?
outside-
If he just went outside naked, would they have been like, "Yeah, you can play like that," or would they be like, "Go back inside"?
That was my thing is I was like, nobody sleeps in their underwear?
if I am on the block and that's what happens, you bet your sweet ass. If I am naked, I am running out there.
He was
Yeah.
HIT. He didn't
Scooping
give a
up
fuck.
my suitcase
Balls.
and being like, what do I wear?
Fuck
Balls-
ass naked. I
Balls are
brought
being
my
on the field.
bag. I've got options.
Can I put my contacts in out here?
I'll run outside with boxers covering my junk that aren't on my body. Just be like, I'm here in time, right?
They really do never give them a time limit, says Narissa. Narissa also says she needs a Pass the Gravy shirt. We have Pass the Gravy Bro shirts. You can get Pass the Gravy Bro shirts at passthegravymerch.com. We have Pass the Gravy Bro shirts and then also Pass the Gravy podcast shirts as well. So go check that out, passthegravymerch.com. But yeah, like yeah,
We have one.
we'll get
two?
you one.
One.
We have one.
We have one.
We have one. It
Just
says
one.
PT.
Only one
It-
ever.
it's like those OMFG and CBGB, whatever it is.
Yeah. It just made me laugh really hard. It's like real special edition. We've
Yeah.
only made one ever.
One great one.
We couldn't really decide the like abbreviation for it. We were like, are we gonna be PTGB or are we gonna be PTG Bro? And then we just made that shirt. We're like, we got both of them now, even though now we go with PTG Bro mostly. But the veto competition,
Oh,
I thought was it was a pretty standard veto competition, a puzzle one. You had to build the gears and turn the cuckoo clock into there, which was perfect that they were woken up for it.
Yeah. I don't know
Turner.
how Alyssa was so dumb.
It's Alyssa.
Like, she just scattered the big ones.
I feel like
Oh.
I think they gave her a bad edit. She was probably
Not a puzzle
scattering them,
gal.
and then she was going to try and find the small ones to fit it in, but then they edited it to look like none of hers touch.
Yeah.
They probably just gave her the bad edit.
Still, though, that's a terrible strategy.
Well, it's Alyssa.
Yeah, it is.
Strategy has never been her strong game.
No.
Like, honestly, what they should have done is they got 27 cogs, right? 27 gears. You pair them up by sizes and you split them. So you can start from this side and make it about halfway, and then you can head towards that.
It's a fun strategy to have when you've had time to think about it, not when you were woken up at 3 a.m. and said, build a fucking cog puzzle.
Hey, 2 people.
But Monty was just fucking around.
Yeah.
You can be too tired to do the comp, but you can't be too tired to make it there. Pat has boundaries.
No! No, that's completely my point. I mean, just because he's too tired, I'm sorry. If they say wake up and get out there, you wake up and get the fuck out there.
Yeah, if they say win this veto, you get out there and you win the fucking veto. Except when they're sleepy.
I'm
But
just
this
saying,
is
when
coming out
they're
outside.
sleepy, if they say put 27 cogs together and make it to the end, if you're tired, that makes fucking sense. But if they say get the fuck out there, I'm sorry, I'm tired is not an excuse to not make it outside in time to play in the final 5 veto.
Bean, he might be extra mad because I pranked him. I punked him.
Oh, he got pranked.
He got so pranked.
Oh yeah,
pranked?
yeah. These assholes. I was like, so are we starting this today? I was like, are we starting this today? And all of them were texting me like, dude, we're already doing it. And I was like, well, I never got the fucking
He's waiting
email.
on you, fuckface.
Did y'all text that too? I didn't.
Alex did. Well, Emma didn't. Emma's a saint.
No.
Emma's the
I was
best
gonna
of us.
text back, but I was like trying to.
No, he
Speed
didn't.
up
It's
my getting
literally
ready.
just me.
Alex said something
Well-
to me too.
It's confusing because you're both AM.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
that's fair. Yeah, see, it's just me.
Yeah, get better initials, you morons.
Todd Voss says in
Hey.
the chat, did they say all the cogs had to be in a line, or just that they had to all be connected? Because I'd have done the straight line and
That's
just
what I
connected
thought.
the
Did
rest
they
independently. I think they all had to be connected.
Well, they have to be connected, but did they all have to serve a purpose? Like if you had a cog and your
I don't
thing
know
was
if they
going this way,
clarified.
did
Now
you
I
just
wanna
have
watch
one
it
hanging
again.
off?
I'm sure they
I
clarified
think
it
they
to
all had to
them.
move. I think
They
they all had to
probably-
Just move. They don't have to be an integral part of the system. They just have to be moving.
I believe so.
Then yeah, straight
Then,
line
yeah,
and
you
just
would
stick
just-
them off to the side.
Well,
Straight line
yeah.
and-
But here's the thing. All of them, even if you make a straight line, because the bigger ones spin faster, the edges won't line up in the cog. You have to make it to where the cog edges line up into it. Because if you just put it on the side, a smaller one is going to spin faster than a big one, and then the edges will eventually hit and it won't roll smoothly into it.
Yeah, that was one of those comps I wouldn't have won. So
Yeah,
I
no
didn't
fucking
know.
chance.
Tricky either way.
Right.
I would've-
The strategies would have worked.
That's one of those comps where I would have just started throwing cogs across the room because I would have gotten angry.
Yeah, I would. That'd be
Todd
about
Stewart
70% of the. That'd be
I would've-
70% of the puzzles. in this
I would have
game.
gone King Kong on that and just started fucking breaking shit.
Throw him out of the yard and just like fuck this
You would
game.
have cogged out.
I was driving while I was listening to it. And so I didn't really get to like watch. Were they wearing gloves for like safety,
Yeah.
or was it just for like?
Was
weird?
everybody wearing them or
Walk
just
the
Turner?
ears.
I saw-
No, Taylor had them.
Oh, I only
They were
saw.
all wearing
T
them.
I
Dog
think they
had him.
all had them. Were
I
they,
just
like,
remember
for
seeing
safety?
Turner's gigantic gloves and going, why the fuck is he wearing gloves? I guess
They
they're
all
really
were.
worried about
Yeah.
pinching fingers.
Do clock repairmen
They look
repair
like
people
plastic
wear gloves?
black vinyl gloves. Do
Is it
they?
part of the uniform?
I heard that they were
I don't know.
isotoners.
Isn't there a fun word for a clock worker?
I
They were
called it.
isotoners.
I called them a clocketeer, which is not right.
Clocketeer.
Um,
Clocketeer.
Everyone was wearing them, says Narissa Garcia Lopez in the chat.
I need more background.
I feel like I don't know. And then what was like the material? Was it? This is the other thing that I couldn't tell because they were like pinning it into that white part. Was the white part like a pegboard or
Yeah.
Was,
Yeah, it was
it
pegboard.
like okay?
Yeah, and I think they had a screw.
So they can only
and
put
then
them in
like
certain
a,
places like that.
Yeah.
a washer thing. Not a washer, but it's something to help
Yeah.
attach. So it took some
Alright.
time
Yeah.
to attach.
Yeah, it
I
looked
like-
very frustrating, but Brittany kind of had it figured out. Turner almost had it figured out. Brittany ends up coming away with it, which for just about everybody else in the house was the worst case scenario.
I mean, she really did. She got those 9 seconds back from the HOH comp.
She did. She
Yeah.
sure
She
did.
just snuck that win.
It was her fourth veto win of the season. I mean,
Her first
really,
on her own.
yeah. Like credit to Michael for the other 3, but still, she has won 4 according to the stats. And then I also looked like, no, okay, that's a spoiler. Never mind. I was about to say a spoiler, but
Nice.
Since
I
she
caught it.
yelled out, "This is for you, Michael," is this one also attributed to him then? And none of them
Yes.
are her?
I think, yeah, you have to give him an
Brittany,
assist
take
on
it away.
that because she did it for him.
I laughed really hard at Turner's face when she said that, but also, he's not wrong. That is odd. That man left the house after destroying you and
Just-
making you cry.
Crushed you.
I wonder what Brittany's husband's like.
He's a sad, broken man.
Oh, I bet he's really nice.
I bet he's just really in charge, and she's
probably
just
extremely
like,
patient.
You hate me, I think, but I'm going to pretend
Extremely
you don't.
patient. And he probably
He's
does a
so
lot of
sad.
work.
I know
He's
he
a
looks like
sad, broken man because he's been hypnotized 18,000 times. Do you want to go get me coffee? I think you do.
I like that is what's on the screen. It says hashtag sad broken man while Pat's so close to the camera.
Sad broken man.
It just really felt like a label.
Sounds like a country song.
Oh.
I'm a sad broken man.
So then Brittany goes to Monty and basically threatens him.
Hypnotizes.
Basically threatens him.
Is that
to,
what she went for a therapy session?
Well, I mean, I want
Come on,
Monty.
Monty.
Shame.
I want
Do it.
Monty to
Do
do
it,
this
Monty.
and put Turner up. And if Monty doesn't put Turner up, well, then, I'm going to go after him. And Monty's
Kinda.
like,
Monty doesn't put Turner up.
he wanted to say this bitch, I feel like, but he was like, this Brittany. And it was like, bitch.
This
not yourself.
Brittany.
This bitch.
Another pun. Another rich pun.
But so then Monty's like, fuck you, Brittany. I'm still going to do whatever I want to do anyways. And
Yeah,
Turner's his boy.
on the
Turner's
feed,
his
that
boy.
conversation was really intense and lasted. I think they had it on Sunday, and that conversation lasted the entire length of the episode. Like they were still having the conversation when we were doing the podcast, and it started before the episode aired on Sunday.
It was by far my favorite part of the episode of her just going, I can't trust that you and Turner aren't playing together. And Monty, it cuts to Monty. He's like, yeah,
Duh.
crazy. Yeah.
I mean,
Right.
her points are
Yeah.
valid. She just can't share information in a way that's going to garner favor for herself.
She's just so unbearable.
She's kind
I
of
mean,
worst.
It's just like approaching that with like, well, if you don't put him up, then guess who's my target next week? Like nobody wants to deal with that. It's the same thing with Turner going like, oh, you put me in jury, I'm going to poison them against you. That doesn't make me want you in the house.
Like, wouldn't her target be him anyway?
Monty,
Right?
yeah. But
She
she's
was
just
the
telling him
target
that
this
to
year.
try and make it seem like she won't target him if she
But
does.
who
And
else
it's like
is
she's
left
gonna
to
she's gonna
target?
turn around and target. Yeah, you don't have that many targets.
Also-
and if you are in power next week, it's not gonna matter
Empty threat.
because it's the
Only
veto that
one
wins it all,
competition matters next week.
which still would give you power, I guess. But like, if you're HOH, you really don't have a say in everything.
No, you're just safe. But like, I also very much dislike the fact that that Monty said he wants to keep Turner as a shield. Dude, you're guaranteed Final Four. There are no more shields.
No.
Yeah, you gotta win it basically.
If you're
You gotta
keeping
earn
a
it
shield,
with it.
you're choosing to lose.
Is he?
True.
Now remind me? Was Monty one of the ones? He was a recruit, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't know that as well. Then
Well, like I feel like so many of them were recruits this season because they're like this season is
I mean, Taylor's
one of
a
the most.
recruit.
entertaining ones, but they're all kind of dumbasses at the game that don't know how to play the game. So like that's been that is the positive of having recruits, where like they don't really know what they're doing, so they're sort of trying to figure it out as they're playing, and they're not like relying on old seasons where it's like, well, Derek did this, Dan did this, like I'm gonna do that.
I'm gonna pull a Dan's funeral.
Brittany's the only one left that's not a recruit, right? Everybody, Brittany's the only one that's not a recruit, right?
Turner's not.
Turner might not be.
Oh yeah.
And Alyssa wasn't. She applied. She said she's a super fan.
Todd.
Okay.
Quickly describe a recruit to those that may not know Allison.
Found on Tinder and or Bumble by Allison Grodner. I don't actually know if she's still doing.
They didn't apply on their own.
Yeah,
they didn't apply on their own because they're a fan of the show. Somebody reached out to them and was like, "Hey, we would like you to be on television."
Well,
they thought they were hot on social media.
Also, I don't care if Alyssa applied; she's a fucking recruit because she has no idea what's going on in the game at any time.
Just because you apply doesn't mean you're good at the game.
Yeah, right.
I mean,
Daniel
applied for 10 years.
I think if you're not like a fan / super fan, I count you as a fucking recruit. You can apply, but if you don't know game, you're like I could apply. I could apply, but I would still count myself as a recruit because I watch the show and I know.
But you're not being recruited. If you apply, you are literally not being recruited. You cannot be considered a recruit because you have not been recruited.
You're wrong, though.
You are volunteering. That's the essence of the word.
In my head, it's fans versus recruits. That's where it breaks in my head, and it's just titles. Doesn't necessarily mean anything.
I think there's a difference between like a regular player and like a super fan.
I don't have room in my head for 3 categories. It's recruit or fan.
That's all world in there.
I remember.
Yeah, I only have so much space.
Season 16, Hayden said that was Nicole Franzel's first dude she dated in the Big Brother house of the 3 she's dated in the Big Brother house.
I forgot about him.
But yeah, he was cool. He won the battle back, I believe. But he said he was a pedicab driver and said that he was recruited because he was like on Venice Beach, and one of the, the casting directors was like, "Hey, you're pretty interesting." Like he just had a conversation with the guy. The guy's like, "Hey, I actually do casting for Big Brother. Would you want to come in and do this?" And he's like, "Okay."
Yeah.
And that was how he got on there. And so like sometimes that's exactly how it is, or they're just like, "Yeah, you're hot. Come over here."
You're hot.
Kat Dunn was a recruit.
No shit.
I'm just saying. She was. There were, I think, a lot of them are recruits nowadays.
Fezzi was a recruit. Fezzi was a recruit, and then he was supposed to be in season 20. I believe season 20 was Josh's season, and Josh ended up Josh was who substituted for him. He was an alternate, and Josh got his place.
Funny that you said
Fezzi was almost in season 20.
Fezzi was a substitute. Literally. That was
literally.
his job.
Literally.
Yeah, he was a substitute teacher, I think.
And an ex-football player for the Chattanooga Mocs. Brittany threatens to evict or tries to go after Monty if he doesn't he doesn't put up Turner as a replacement nom. He says, "Fuck you." She uses the veto. He puts up Taylor as a replacement nom. Taylor's not happy, but she has a wine glass and makes a drink-related joke and sips out of that. And that is pretty much the episode.
Yeah.
Yes, Fezzi is on the challenge.
Yeah, he's been on a few seasons of the challenge, right?
But not this one.
Jinx.
God, you two have never been in sync.
Y'all should get married. You're so in sync.
Said it last time. 2 became 1. But it's a real good Spice Girl song.
Have I forgot anything pretty much from the episode? We do have some juicy spoilers we're going to get to. They're not necessarily game related. But Brittany does use the veto. This isn't a spoiler. That is the only 3 weeks this season has the veto not been used.
Whoa.
This is probably the most used a veto has been.
And how long?
Memory.
Yeah.
In a long time. Because I've been keeping stats. I have my stats. where I keep my power rankings. Michael didn't use the veto week 2. Kyle didn't use it week 6, and week 9, Michael didn't use it.
Yeah, but I meant like compared to like other seasons. Like when was the last time it had been used as frequently?
I don't know. I feel like the recent memory, it's just like nobody touches it because they don't want to piss off the HOH. So they're just, well, we're good. Or we've had those dominant alliances that just consistently keep winning, and they're like, I'm not gonna
rock the boat.
I'm not gonna ruin our shit. Like, why would I do that?
Respect the HOH's decision.
So stupid. I hate that gameplay. Why?
I don't know.
They don't have
No
power
blood.
next week.
No blood.
Yeah.
No,
people still want the blood.
make them get blood. I want them to have blood.
Do it. Bathe in it.
But yeah, that's pretty much all we got from the episode. We'll get into
Flash dance styles.
We'll get into some spoilers now. If you don't want to know any spoilers that aren't necessarily really game related, they're more social related, then this is your time to tune out. At Pass Gravy Bro is where you can follow us on Twitter. Make sure to go subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you're listening to us, if you're watching us on YouTube or Facebook, subscribe to that YouTube channel. Hit that button. I'm at Alex J. Middleton. Allison is at Affable Allison. Emma is at Little EM Tweets, and Pat's at Not Pat Dion. Also, since Narissa was talking about it, if you'd like a Pass the Gravy Bro shirt, passthegravy.merch.com. You can get a PTG Bro shirt. What?
I think I just realized that it really does have both. I've seen this shirt before. Now that
we were like trying to just figure out how we were going to abbreviate the first season. But it looks like a rock show shirt. Paul complimented me on it in person when I met him. He was like, "I like your shirt," and I was like, "It's a Big Brother shirt." I was like, "Oh, didn't realize it."
But yeah, if you want one, you better hurry because there's only one.
No,
I meant there was one style.
There's just that one. We didn't make a ton.
Mute her.
I mean, initially we had like 20
Mute
people.
her.
I'm kidding.
We had like 20 people that listened to this in the beginning, and so it was like, we're probably not going to make 15 shirts.
Have one.
We did that. We could just make a logo one,
I'll share it.
I don't know. Season's almost
we
over.
always talk about making them in the beginning of the season for like catchphrases.
Remember we had Travis last year who was first out. It was like be a big homie or whatever, and then it was like, well, he's gone, so we're not gonna.
Oh yeah, big homie. I forgot about big homie.
I literally don't even remember that. What would you put on a shirt from this season?
Butter beans.
Facts.
No.
Facts. We would rank.
Or bust and just say bustin'.
Rank in the
Mega bussin'.
That looks better than chicken wings in an air fryer.
Just a boot.
Just a boot.
An ankle boot.
Can it be the picture photoshopped of Jasmine?
An ankle boot with Jasmine's hair on it.
Sanders?
Just 10-second man.
PTG Bro, longer than 10 seconds.
That one's better.
Yeah, average is longer than 10 seconds.
I like mega bussin'.
Mega bussin' would be good, and it's just like a mega bus.
Turner would sue us.
He doesn't own that.
He doesn't have. First of all,
until he gets out and trademarks it, we're good.
You don't think Megan has it?
Absolutely is trademarked by the company Megabus.
But Mega Bussin' is that?
No, Mega Bussin' on its own. I
What's his
assume it's not.
girlfriend's
And
last
actually,
name?
Megabus might not be trademarked in and of itself, but it is a company.
Megabus is what
I'm
Pat.
sure.
I see no trademark on Megabussin.
What up, Megabus?
I will not.
That's in.
Just depend. You go either
That's
way.
in Pat's recent search
It has
history.
nothing to do with Big Brother. Except Kyle.
I just googled Megabussin trademark and I found.
What if
nothing.
it was just? What if it was just Big Brother, like our PTG Bro logo, in an eyeball with a straw out of it? It's just the most inside joke we could find.
All right, let's get to the spoilers.
Let's get
So
to spoilers.
fucking niche.
Spoiler alert!
I thought you were just
If you
talking
don't want,
about the
if you don't-
CBSI.
no, not those.
Yes, the CBSI.
Get them at passthegraveymerch.com.
A Capri Sun straw in the CBSI.
Bleh.
Yes.
Nope. So if you don't want any spoilers, this is your time to tune out. 5-star review on iTunes, Spotify, iHeartRadio. Hit the subscribe button on wherever you listen to podcasts and on our YouTube channel. And this is your time to tune out if you don't want any spoilers.
Spoiler alert! Spoiler alert! Spoiler alert! Spoiler alert!
All right.
I always expect this to be different when we come back from that. Like, but we're just sitting
We're
here.
just hanging out for 5 seconds, but there's that. So yeah, Todd Voss is saying it in the chat, but Monty and Taylor were making out. This was very hot in the streets yesterday, and
apparently that Joseph connection wasn't so strong after all.
Jailer fans were mad.
Look, they're not exclusive, and he never made a move. So that's not to say that they won't rekindle things on the outside.
I'm sorry to be that brokenhearted over somebody leaving and then 13 days later just be like, never mind.
He has on the feeds, he's kept bringing him up to her, like, in a weird way of, like, what do you think he's like on social media?
Allison, no one is listening. It's disgusting comment.
Thomas on the chat
That's
says, the PTG Bro logo dripping out of a dumpster.
You win.
Or just the PTG Bro logo on the dumpster.
Oh,
That's the shirt. That's the shirt.
Does anybody
but
wear
you need
that?
to
No.
label the dumpster with a C.
I mean,
Just
I
to
would
see.
wear it.
It's just you got to see on the
Just
side
a
of
C
it.
and some curly hair.
Make the C the letter itself is kind of dripping.
Baby.
Who is
And like the Book of
Melissa,
Mormon
she's
is
got
in
that
it.
wavy beach hair.
Oh, she does. Okay. Oh my god.
And then we have Vin Diesel's car from Fast and Furious in the dumpster because it's a 10-second car.
Oh,
I
I was
think
thinking
that's a lot going
butterfly
on.
float.
It's a super inside joke.
No, you got it.
It's
Just put
getting
the
meatier.
butterfly floaty in the dumpster. That would make way
Oh,
more.
yeah, I like the butterfly floaty.
That
Diesel's a stretch.
the fucking
What were you
Alyssa
saying?
was
Yes.
talking about something on the feeds. I just watched a clip of it, and she was saying something, and the camera operator just switched to one camera of the butterfly floaty. While
They know what they're doing in there. They know exactly what they're doing.
They're getting bored too. Some of the feeds
Yeah.
now are really boring. Like I watched them play the ladder ball game for
yeah.
like
Oh God.
20
Well, they
minutes.
keep
the other
cutting
day.
away from the exciting feeds.
Ain't
The
fair.
The
feeds
sex
were
feeds.
the feeds were off of Taylor and Monty for I think over an hour. And then
Maybe Austin was right in season 17. They do just like when you're finger banging, they cut the feeds in the HOH room.
I said at the beginning of this year,
Yeah.
pull out a tit and they'll pull the feeds. They refuse to
I
show
don't
it
think you have to
anymore.
I think that if you're not under the covers, if you're not hiding it at all, they're not going to show it.
That's true.
Absolutely not, Bean.
That's a hot tip.
Todd says, in your opinion, are feeds better with more house guests or less?
Right in the middle.
More.
I think more because you
hard
always
to
have
listen.
something like the odds of something going on are high.
Not
Oh, yeah,
the
but
whole
Right
they don't
now-
know each
16.
other. Yeah, you're right.
I don't want the whole
16.
16.
That's chaos.
I like having I like having feeds right away because there's a lot that happens with like they're getting to know each other, and it gives you insight as to like why the hell are they nominating this person the first week, because a lot of times it's like what the hell did that guy do, but it's too chaotic. I like it when there's like 10 people.
Yeah. And then they split them up this season when they were 10. And it was like, oh, okay, well, let's do the split house, which was a good idea. But then we could only watch one side of the house because there was a wall yeller. So it really kind of took away from the fun of the feed so you could go back and forth.
Yeah.
And I mean, I think that kind of like it was a good idea in theory, but it kind of backfired. Yeah, I like it. Like right now, they were playing cards for a while today, this afternoon, when I had it on before you got home from work. It was just like tight.
Tight.
Sitting at a table with cards.
They slept until 2. They let them sleep until 2 p.m. the other day.
That's
Was
so
all they
cool.
do is like they're trying to avoid Brittany in the house right now. pretty much when Brittany's like
Makes sense.
threatening to go after them. So then like Brittany's
Yeah.
like, well, I don't know. They just stay up so late. And it's like, yeah, they want to
They
stay up
just
late so then
stay
they don't have
up
to hang
so
out with
late.
you.
Well, she should be able to stay up late though too because she's an owl.
Yeah.
She had been staying up late with him. I don't know why all of a sudden she's not.
Just hypnotize yourself to stay up late.
Right.
You're not feeling sleepy.
So pretty much, yeah, Monty and Taylor hooking up now. Now they've slept together in the same bed for 2 nights. Turner recognized it the first night and was just like, because he did go and check her bed and she wasn't there, and he was like,
Do we think? What base do you think they've gone to? Is this inappropriate to ask? Is this her? and
I
Taylor?
don't think
This
they
is a
went.
podcast about Big Brother. We're talking about Big Brother.
Yeah, I don't think they had sex, but I would not be surprised if things got handsy.
Yeah, I
underneath
mean,
the covers.
they're adults. You got to at least assume second base.
You don't gotta do shit.
Yeah, I would
don't-
never assume that.
I don't know the bases.
I
I think second base
Second.
is hands and third
Okay.
base is mouths.
Okay,
Yes.
but what about?
These are
second
hands.
base.
These are hands.
Okay, second base. No,
Sec-
no, I mean, like,
Allison
I'm
said it right.
blushing.
Second base hands,
Hands.
third base mouths.
Hands.
but there's a step right in between
Yeah.
in there.
It's called leading off.
Okay, there we go.
It's
You're
either
embarrassed?
it's either second or third.
What
Did we
step
just
is
make
in between?
Did we just make Alex blush?
Yeah.
No, you didn't make me blush. You just
What
this
step are we
podcast.
talking
Finger
about?
stuff. Finger
Yeah,
stuff.
those are on your hands. That's second.
Oh, okay. I
A
thought it was
second.
just,
Oh,
contact.
just touching.
Yeah,
honestly,
no,
that's
okay.
a lead off the first sometimes.
That's a lead off.
I don't know, Bean. I
Cotton
just
rundown.
say that sometimes.
Finger stuff.
Finger stuff.
The old
Big
finger
Brother
stuff.
After Dark.
You said the proper term earlier.
Finger
Is it?
bang.
Yeah, I hate it.
Oh, that's not a proper term.
No, it's very proper.
Bang, bang.
I believe the ancient Romans used to talk about finger banging.
I remember in 7th grade sex ed, they talked about that and they called it digital sex. Which,
What?
yeah, because these are your digits. But also,
That changed because
yeah,
now there's
very
sexting.
different. Well,
Also, in
That's
7th grade, we were just
cyber
getting access
sex.
to the internet, so that could have also been different.
that's cyber. Although, you know what though?
Some
fucking
boomer
year
taught
did
you that.
NSYNC release Digital Get Down? Because that was
Oh,
all
yeah.
about cyber sex and phone sex.
Yeah, digital get down.
Am I the only one that didn't take sex ed? My parents just didn't sign me up for it. They're like, hey.
I think
It's
you had to
required.
sign out of it. Like
It
you
makes
were
a lot of sense,
automatically
honestly.
in it.
No,
You were in
you had
science
you,
class, weren't you?
you had to
opt out.
no, but the actual sex ed class, I think you had to opt into it, and I just
No.
I was just in like PE instead.
No, you were probably because
No,
it was
it
probably like
was
one
PE.
day.
But I was the youngest of 4. I guarantee you, my parents didn't opt me out of it. They were just like, we don't give a shit what you do.
Then maybe you don't remember. It was like
Narissa.
6 weeks of PE in
wants to-
7th grade.
I don't
6
know.
weeks.
Yeah, it was like
Narissa wants to know if the rest of the house guests knew what know what happened with Monty and Taylor.
I don't think they do. Alyssa almost walked in, but they separated before, I guess.
Classic Big Brother.
Ooh, Todd copied and pasted a bunch from Wikipedia, and I dislike that it says kissing of the breast.
No.
That's the part that gave me, ooh.
Kissing titties.
Wouldn't make me go, ooh. Kissing of the breast is such a, ugh, I hate that.
I like that strikeouts on there.
Madam, may I caress your breasts, please?
Might
This is
I
on
kiss your
Wikipedia.
breast?
Okay.
Someone's gonna ask
Oh
me
my
that later
god!
today.
And B Bean says, "Is Texas a Bible Belt state?"
Yeah.
I don't know.
Duh.
For some reason, I just assumed the Bible Belt was more like the Midwest. But I guess you could throw
It's
Texas in there.
literally the same as the Mason-Dixon line.
We're still taught abstinence here.
I don't know. I was
That's
thinking
simple.
like Ohio, like the
No,
Midwest.
Ohio's
That's
the
what I
Bible Belt.
The Bible
Well, no,
Belt
the
is-
Midwest.
That's the Rust Belt, buddy.
The Midwest. That's what I
It's
always.
it's the Rust Belt that
it's
you're
belt.
thinking
The
of.
Silicon Prairie,
Where you put
as
your
they
Bible.
call it.
Anywhere you got a belt buckle, that's a Bible belt. All right, that actually
No,
makes
it's-
sense to me, and I like it. That's the new rule.
The Mason-Dixon line in the Bible Belt
Oklahoma,
is very
Louisiana,
similar.
Texas. If you got a rodeo, you're in the goddamn Bible Belt,
If people are wearing,
and you better
light
watch your
denim-
digital
Does
sex.
Ohio have a lot of rodeos?
Did I say Ohio? I meant to say Oklahoma.
Oh,
Not even
Oklahoma is
close.
definitely
Not even
Bible
close
Belt.
to the same state.
Oh,
Cheyenne, Wyoming.
if men are wearing light denim, it's the Bible Belt.
All right, I'm wearing light denim to work every day. My jeans are light denim. That's actually a great rule there. Evan.
I love that.
We are in the Bible Belt.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yes, now Texas has gotten more Bible Belty than it was in the past. Now we have, there's like a state mandated, you have to talk to kids about like abuse so that they know the signs of it or whatever. And usually it's everybody's approved and you have to opt out. This year they had to opt in or out.
Thanks a lot, Obama.
And if they didn't opt in, then they were automatically opted
What happened just talking about just the no squares?
No, that's literally I listened to 2 adults talk to my students about private parts are what is covered by your swimsuit. And if an adult touches them, that's a confusing touch. And it's not okay unless they have and it's not okay unless they have a legitimate reason.
That's
The-
fair.
But then
because
you
it
get
doesn't-
those
It doesn't
gymnast
hurt necessarily.
coaches
Yeah.
who are like, it's for science.
I just remember a friend.
stuff.
Oh, like
I know, but
Larry
then-
Nassar.
Yeah, that's what she's talking about. Yeah.
It's a joke.
Stop! Don't touch me there. These are my no
No
squares.
squares.
Never knew that. I had one friend sing that to me one time, and it is stuck in my fucking brain since I was 16. It's a good song, though.
Weird. This is a weird combo. I feel like we got into. Yeah.
We always get here after the spoiler
Wrap this
alert.
up
This
like sex.
you got.
That's what she
we're
said.
Talking about sex.
So back to Big Brother, I will say that Monty told Taylor that she gave him an out of body experience. Like it was so good, he had an out of body experience.
That's third base.
That means
Or
he came.
or that it left his body.
Obviously,
third
he
base.
came.
He came.
But I just like that the 2 sexual. The only word in my head is intercourses, and that's not what I mean.
Let's go.
Um,
I'm excited to
instances.
see where this is going.
Instances.
The 2
That's it.
sexual instances in this house have either been, sorry I lasted 10 seconds and I'm bad at sex, and oh my God, it was so good I had an out of body experience and the feeds were off for over an hour.
Just
Like-
like if you think about it, like
Cleanup
if
time.
If they could equal it out, it's the perfect medium. Somewhere in between.
Swinger.
Yes, Todd Voss, it was a Lonely Island situation.
Oh.
Okay, so I feel like we've covered that long enough. Did we ever get confirmation on did Terrence leave the veto?
I don't think he left the jury.
Okay.
Wait,
Spoiler
spoiler
girl
girl wasn't telling the truth? Or
She
Lacey,
didn't
should
say
I
he
say?
left. She said that they argued.
Stacy,
she didn't say that he
whatever her
left.
name is.
Somebody else. Oh yeah. Spoiler girl was her identity was revealed. No, it was somebody else that was saying that, and she said that she didn't know. She didn't hear that he had left, but there was an argument.
I can see
Damn it.
Narissa says, am I the only one who feels that Taylor is using that as gameplay?
I hope she is, because that's amazing gameplay.
Look,
That's a
if you can't
boss-ass bitch
politic, then you should politic.
Oh!
I can't claim that. Politicking is a really well-known strategy if you watch The Challenge. They
I
politic.
don't. I don't.
Well, that's what it's from. I can't take the credit.
Yeah.
But, yeah, hell yeah. She should use it as gameplay.
Use what you got, ladies and men, whatever, whoever. If you can use it, use it.
Sex positive here.
No, men, chill out.
If
Chill
he's
out, man.
trying to empty your
Wait for consent.
wallet, let him fill a different one.
Ah!
But yeah, especially now with like Brittany is trying to come up with a plan to evict Taylor. Like she really needs Monty on her side. So
Really though, wouldn't it be smart if Turner keeps Alyssa? He doesn't
Yes.
really know the Taylor thing, but like Turner needs to be like, let's work with Brittany.
no, it's
And
smarter
fucking we
for
just-
all of them to get rid of Taylor.
Yeah.
Taylor needs to be gone this week.
Stay
Is she
away
gonna be
from
gone? No,
No.
it's gonna be Alyssa tomorrow. But Turner needs to get his shit together and realize like my best opportunity is like if I'm sitting next to Alyssa, I win. If I'm sitting next to Brittany, I win. I gotta take out Monty. And him and Monty just kind of duking it out at the end, like
Yeah.
you're set. Like that's the best situation for him. Having Taylor, like, yeah, you and Taylor are tight, but like it's just fucking stupid to not go after her. And he has all the power. Brittany's already like Brittany wants to work with him. Brittany wants to get this done. Like just well, okay, we have Turner. We got what him gave, but I think I could get
We
to
had
like
Turner.
Michael's not gonna fucking vote for Brittany.
No, if Spoiler Girl can still be trusted, she says
she
that
can.
Michael
Lacey.
is very pro Monty and Taylor in the jury.
Michael's
You mean the
he
two best
respects
games?
game, and he didn't respect Brittany's game, which is why he threw her under
That's
the
to
bus.
make up for
Because it was his
lack
game.
of talking about or bringing up the problematic behavior.
Yeah. I think that is what the argument was about. Being asked if there were any punches thrown. No, because I think they would have kicked them out. But it was apparently Taylor versus Michael and Joseph and had something to do with, I think, the fact that Terrence was okay with Kyle, who said the racist things, but not okay with Michael exploiting the person who said the racist things, which like both are shitty, but one just
Kyle
used
tried to
somebody
do other
else's
stuff.
shitty behaviors.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kyle tried to like apologize and like work on it. Michael knew what he was doing when he did it. Like,
Yeah. I mean, he's apologized since. I'm sure they've talked about it in other situations in the jury now. But yeah, I don't know. Apparently the jury has also apparently, again, if Spoiler Girl is to be trusted, production is fucking pissed at Indy because she tried to say that Michael said, like, she was telling everybody that Michael said something. I hate the phrasing of this because it's not accurate, but racist against Brazilians, which like
anti-Brazilian.
yeah, like xenophobic almost. It's not racist. Brazilians, that's not a race. But like prejudice, whatever, against Brazilians, and they like had to go through the footage to see if it was there, and it's not. And so she apparently like lied about
I just
it.
need a minute.
All right, JC.
Same
A little
thing.
bit there.
Same thing.
But,
No, it's not. He's Spanish.
Todd said Britt won't vote to evict Taylor. I think she is going to.
Well, if Brittany's like the best opportunity I have is next to Alyssa, like you,
Yeah.
I mean, in her dumb brain, she thinks she could beat Alyssa. I still think Alyssa has more votes, probably than Britt.
I think that Brittany
It's
making
not gonna
it
be the
to
final two,
final
regardless.
two is going to be the only instance where there would be a unanimous vote. I don't think it's going to be unanimous for anything else, unless it's against Brittany.
Yeah.
Yeah. It really should just let it be Turner and Monty. I think that is the best case right here. I mean, they need to take out
2
Taylor.
men, best case scenario.
I don't know why, but
Best
when
players
I
so
think of
far.
them,
Like this
Turner
season,
didn't shit either.
Fred Flintstone and Barney Rubble come to mind. And I don't know
Oh.
I don't either.
What?
why. Could you see it though?
I want to watch the Flintstones.
Monty and Turner?
Mhm.
No.
Okay.
I do. I definitely
Thank
see it that way.
Who's who?
Yeah.
What do you mean who's who?
Monty.
Which one is the
Guy.
big guy?
Turner's
Oh,
tiny.
okay.
Which one is the big guy and which one's the little guy?
Wait, hold on. You said
Fred Flintstone, big
and
guy. Barney
Rubble?
Rubble, little guy. Monty, Turner. Who is
Barney
who?
Rubble that much smaller?
Yeah,
Yes!
I didn't know.
Yes, he's significantly smaller.
I
I don't
couldn't
know
do
about
this.
this. I don't know
Google.
about this.
Google
It's
it.
sweet.
Wow. Your lack of knowledge of the Flintstones, I find
He's a
disturbing.
little bit more of a mastermind, but people assume.
Now, Barney was thicker than what Turner is, but the analogy stands.
Yes.
Sorry, you guys didn't
All right.
watch a lot of Hanna-Barbera in the morning on Saturdays, but I did.
Clearly not.
Me too.
I guess he is way bigger.
Yeah, no shit. Yeah, well, we've already been over this 35 seconds ago. Thanks for joining the conversation.
No, he's like legitimately way
Yes,
bigger.
yes, we
Austin is Monty.
In my head, that is not how I see them. Also, I
could have also said Yogi Bear and whatever and Boo Boo.
Boo boo. Hey boo boo.
Hey, Boo Boo.
Picnic baskets.
Hey, Turner,
Well,
I got
I
another
feel-
HOH basket.
feel like that's about it for tonight. I don't really know where we're going with all this, but
Get us off the air, Jesus.
we're probably gonna have Ashley says Barney was more of a jokester, which is probably more Turner.
I have to say,
So it also fits. It fits
Yeah.
even
Rock
more.
and Kevin Hart.
Oh,
Yeah, you
God.
just need big people and small people. Dr.
Well-
Evil and Mini Me.
when I think of Fred Flintstone and Barney Rubble, I do think of the live version of it.
John Goodman and that other guy.
Yeah. He's a
John
Baldwin.
Goodman and Billy Baldwin
Oh,
also
yeah.
stands. Also stands. One was way bigger than the other.
Is it Billy? I thought it was Stephen Baldwin.
I forgot it was a
They're all the same.
Oh,
Billy Baldwin
think-
was the one that like legit.
I think it
The
is.
two that didn't kill
Rick
anybody.
Moranis, you're right.
Billy Baldwin was the usual suspects.
I love Rick
There were
Moranis.
two. There were two live action, and there should have only been one.
Viva Rock Vegas was terrible.
It was bad.
Oh,
Well,
there's another one that's
Wrap it up. We're doing terribly at this point.
I must
Yeah,
there's
sorry.
another
Rosie O'Donnell.
Fred Flintstone.
Really went off the rails, got away from us here, didn't it? We will be back tomorrow after the eviction episode when Alyssa will probably be out of there, and then we'll
Rick Moranis was
maybe
Barney?
we get a look at the HOH. I don't know, but
Yeah, the
we're
British
gonna.
Version of Knight's Tale was Barney or was Fred.
Rick Moranis was Barney. It wasn't even a Baldwin.
The second one was the Baldwin.
That's what it was. Okay. Let's just keep
Sorry.
interrupting every 8 seconds as we
Sorry,
try and wrap
I'm
this up.
sorry.
No, that one was on me. That
I'm
one
like,
was on me.
I'm politely late, guys.
I still have like 2 hours of editing and shit to do after this, also. But yeah, we'll be back after tomorrow's eviction. We're gonna get to talk about kind of like the end game, seeing where we're thinking things are going. Hopefully, we get a look at the HOH. I would love it if it's probably not going to be the endurance one because that's going to be the first part of the final HOH. So we're not going to get anything endurance related.
You think it's going to be days, or that's going to be the veto?
It's got to be days, or that might be veto, but that's got to be one of the next two comps.
How long has it been since they did a face merge?
Ooh.
That's usually one of the final two HOHs, isn't it? Or the
It's
final
not like-
HOHs?
No, because it's the
of the
first
parts,
one
it's
is
in-
always really physical.
Endurance.
The second, yeah, where they're like sitting on a ball or
Usually a
something,
wall or,
flying
yeah.
through,
Oh, yeah.
like being dipped in liquid and swinging around. Shit, Todd, I know what story you're talking about. I don't remember what it is. They used to watch it after school. Days is usually it's face morph is it's not a part of the final.
So maybe we get like a. I don't know.
Guess we'll find out in the next 2 weeks, huh?
Yeah.
Next week.
Yeah.
We have like Sunday's a week from finale night. So really, we don't even have 2 weeks.
Thank God.
See a face swap.
The finale
Like-
is the 25th.
Because usually it's what the blank, endurance,
11 days.
and then I don't remember what the other one is, and then the scale one. But that's what the blank.
Yeah,
maybe,
that's
huh?
part
They didn't
two.
do scales.
The scale's the final part
Yeah,
of the
but
final
they-
three.
It's
I
part
feel like
two
they
of
missed them.
Guess we'll find out next week on Big
Scale one is-
Brother.
The scale one is the third one. The two
Yeah.
winners
Isn't
of
that
the first
what the
two
blank?
pros. That might be what the blank. So face more could be the other one.
Did what the blank? Because they asked the jurors questions, and it was like, did she say it was this, or did she say it was this? Because what the blank is different than that, right? Because they like have.
It might just be trivia based on like the outs and stuff like that. Because what the blank
is it's clips from earlier, so they are different.
But then sometimes I think season 15 they did the thing where you had to kind of match up the order of evictions, like. But you had to run, you had to grab the pieces, you had to jump on the bungee thing. Like I could see that being another one.
There's like 3 or 4 interchangeable ones.
They kind of cycle through them, but we haven't done a face morph in a little while. Although we did have the puzzle one, the one where they were taking they took the puzzles and they were stacking them, and it was like you could have Nicole. Like I feel like they've kind of done some sort of face morph.
Yeah.
Almost this season, but not the traditional one.
There was somebody, maybe it was 17. I think it was Johnny Mac did like insanely well at the face morph.
Still standing.
Yes. Anytime
Take it easy.
song
Okay?
was it I Want to Rock and Roll All Night and Party Every Day, I think of that show because the sisters like stupid boyfriend said he wrote a song and it was I want to like party all night with Perry every day, and that's what I still sing in my head when the song comes on. But yes, it is still standing. You are correct.
Core memory.
Well, we may get a peek at the HOH. I don't assume that we'll get to see it played out or anything like that. We will be back tomorrow night after the eviction, and I promise we'll be back earlier. Like it won't be as late of a start it'll actually be later than the start tonight, but it won't be as late after the episode as it was tonight. So join us, I guess, about 9:20 tomorrow after the episode. What?
Still standing because the son is from Eddie's $1 Million Cook-Off.
Oh,
Yeah.
love that guy.
Well, on that note, at Passive Grade Bro, give us a follow. I'm at Allison Milton. Emma's at Little EM Tweets. Allison's at Affable Allison. And Pat is at Not Pat Dan. Make sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel. Have a great rest of your night. We'll talk to you guys tomorrow after the episode. And until then, Passy Gravy Bros.
Big brother, it's Big Brother. It's my brother, it's your brother, it's our brother. It's his brother, it's her brother, it's their brother. On Pass the Gravy Bro.